welcome back to Path to Mastery. This is a fun episode I am doing right now. Getting back into Zerg. I've been practicing a whole bunch, and I'm gonna I'm just over on the European server right now, practicing. This is where I kind of go to try out new builds, try out cheeses. I just go to EU and I play around a little bit. So I was practicing some builds and stuff like that earlier in this season, playing a little bit of random and stuff like that. But I really bunkered down, and you might have seen on my last dedicated practice video, I was trying to learn a new Terran versus Zerg. I had a really good match on the ladder against a Diamond 2 player, and I ended up winning against Helpies, a Diamond 2 um, um, Diamond 2 Terran, which is a Diamond 3 Zerg. But I wanted to talk about one point of this. So, in this build order, let's take a look when the first aggression comes in. So if you've seen what I'm trying to do, basically 445, I have a build that's going up against 2-1-1 timing, but I don't have anything against a 1-1-1 or a hellion timing on this. I'm just, doing my build. And one of the things I'm doing about this build is I'm playing it through as clean as I can, and I'm looking for when do I need to tweak what I'm building and why do I need to tweak it, and just kind of slowly building it. And that's what I want to talk about today. So basically right now my target was until 4 minutes 30 seconds, make nothing but workers until I need to. So I see that he's expanding, I'm like, okay, I'm safe. Don't really need to worry about it. Again, I got my first creep tumor down, protected it, got my third base down. Everything's going really well. Everything's going very, very well. I'm gonna go scout in, see what's going on his other side. This isn't what I want to talk about. This is not what I want to talk about. Alright, saw it on the minimap. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because it comes in right about 425. 4... 3, 24, 25. Should be coming in right now. Right there. Okay, right here. So, right here at 430. This is what I was trying to ballpark yesterday. And I've got 7 more drones on the way. Right now I'm at 46. I'm at my 53 drones. This is exactly where I wanted to be. So until this point, I was like, damn it, I did perfect. I am doing really well on this. I've got fully saturated first base, fully saturated second base, fully saturated third base. I'm about to start my layer here really soon, but 4 Hellions show up, and I have 2 Zerglings and 3 Queens. So I have to look at now, okay, what was my opponent doing? Okay, reactor Hellions. So I have to put a tweak on my build, where at 4 minutes and 30, I still want to be about the 46, I still want to be almost at, I'm 4 seconds away from 53 workers. So this is exactly where I want to be. I'm almost right on the money with this build right now. And from here I would go layer, double evos, open up all 5 of my gases, make a round of links to protect from the 2-on-1 coming out at about 20 more seconds, but I don't have anything to defend against this Hellbat. Now let's see what I've got right now. I've got 3 queens, but they're at my external bases. I could have pulled them forward and I would have been able to push this off fairly easily at just 4 Hellions at 430. Now, as this is a Diamond 2 Terran, I feel that this is a reasonably clean opening. So first we have to look at the scout. When do I scout this? If I see a factory with a reactor on it, I'm going to be, okay, I know that there's only Hellions now. There's no Cyclone push anymore with this. It can only be Hellions or Mine Drop. But because they're in my base, I know that it's Hellions. So I ended up winning this game. It was a nice kind of back and forth with Bio. But what I want to talk about today, I'm not going to go through the replay, but I want to talk about how to deal with this timing, because it does a lot of damage to me, actually. I'll go through it really quick. Goes through. I'm running around. Losing a lot of workers. Losing a lot of workers. Clean it up. I lost 19 workers. I still come back and win it with Ling Bane Hydra on a bunch of what is it? A bunch of workers on 3 base. He does a couple mine drops. That's what this is over here. I lose more workers. But every time I lose workers, I go and push his wall, see what he's doing, come back, make sure I have good map vision. I'm trying to. My creep spread's not very good this whole match, but he's doing really good, like keeping pressure on me. That was a drop over there that came in. I'm gonna go see, and right now I say like, okay, he's still in 2 bases, so I'm not like dead. I'm not dead right now. I've got a pretty nice economy still, even at this point. I just got to keep all my eggs in one basket right now and kind of put everything together. Now I'm going through to push. I pull back. I got a really good hit on that spot. And a bunch of banelings come in. I kill all of his stuff and I win. So easy, really, really difficult match, but I take a lot of damage in the beginning from that Hellion push. So I've been practicing about, okay, how do I defend that push? I want to have something in my base at 4 minutes 30 seconds to try to defend. And I've been practicing over in the North Americas in just custom games right now. This is where I go to grind all my custom games out. And I've been playing all morning basically, trying to figure out how in the hell do I stop? Yeah, I've been playing nothing but custom games. Going, how do I, what do I go against this? If I get that scout and I see that this is what's going on, what do I do? And if I do this, is this something that's just I have to do against only this build, or can I do it against anything that the Terran is doing? And I've come up with this idea that I can do basically this same opener against any Terran opening, and I can still be safe, and I actually have a little bit more to defend drops and stuff like that. So let's go talk about it. I want to talk about how I tweaked my build up a little bit. So basically, I'm just gonna put it on ×2 and talk about what I'm doing here. But the whole beginning is the same. It's still just standard hatch cast pool. And then I'm going to go into a 30 hatch. I'm going to make another queen immediately, and I'm going to pull that down to my base. I'm going to scout. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my overlords. But here we go. So just get some. So here we go. We'll go through red hatch, gas, pool, rally into the gas. Let's see where we are at 4 minutes 30 seconds. Let's see if we have the same amount of workers that we want, but we have a little more protection. $20 going out to the third. 2 queens, 2 lings. Pull off gas. Pull off gas. Start speed. Drone up to 30. Do a little bit of Reaper micro, blah, blah, blah. Plan with the Reaper. Inject, creep tumor, drop my third. So that's not changed. Now, taking a 31 Overlord, starting another queen immediately. 34 Overlord, 36 Overlord, 40 Overlord. I'm just making drones in between this. Now I got the third queens going right down to my third base.
Evolution complete.
Inject as much as possible. Inject as much as possible. Right at 4 minutes. Let's slow down. Okay, so right at 4 minutes. Let's see what we're doing now. So it hit at 4:30, so I've got 4:25. So I've got 25 seconds to basically do some nice work here. So third queen down here. First thing I do at 4 minutes is inject, drop a creep, tumors. So this is the first queen this is my third queen that popped over here. I didn't inject, I just walked it down to my third. So basically at 4 minutes, I'm going to inject all 3 of my bases, pull all my queens up to the middle, and I'm going to start 3 more queens. So right now, every one of my hatcheries starts another queen, 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 and I'm making just 6 safety zerglings. 6 safety zerglings right about now. And they're going to pop right here at 25. So I'm still just droning behind this. Zerglings are going to go down to the third. Queens are up here. I've got basically cover on any spot I need. I've got creep connection between the bases. And I'm just droning. 23, 4, 25. Boom. Now let's see what we have right here at 425. At 425, I've got 10 lings, 3 queens, and I've almost got 6 queens. I'm 10 seconds away from having more queens. So my Zerglings are going to be able to posture. If their Hellions coming into the bottom, I can maybe pull these drones back. or just kind of save time while the Hellions are coming in. I have 3 queens now at the front that can try to stop and block. So I like this a lot more. Let's look at 430. 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. How many workers am I at? 48. So I've cut, instead of 53, I'm at 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, 3. So I've cut 5 workers. I've cut 5 workers for these lings. So to me, I feel that this is a very safe opener. I've got my queens up front. I still have 3 hatches. I don't have, I have money, but I don't, because I'm making so many queens, I don't have the cash to really spend all of my money. So I can afford to skip 1 round of injects with my queens and pull them forward to defend while I'm making a whole nother round. I want to get up to 5 creep queens right now, so I have defense in the early game. Even right now, I feel like with 10 Zerglings and I'll soon have 6 queens, I can defend very easily a 2-1-1 drop here in about another 30 seconds. So one thing I had to do is, at this point, I would start dropping my lair right at 4:30 instead. But my lair is going to be delayed until all 3 of these queens are out. It's delayed until 4:45. So this is a little bit of a tweak that I've gone. I'm going to delay my tech 15 seconds. I'm going to cut 5 workers in order to get a more safe opening. So here we go. Right into the lair. As soon as the queen pops, I get 3 injects around, so I can start that back up. Now it's going to go double evos. I'm going to open up all my gases. I'm at 57 workers. Double evo, double evo. And I should also drop a Baneling nest right now, but I don't. Then I'm going to open up all my gases. Down to 50 workers. I'm up to 60 now, though. I mean, I'm still like on a really good economy, and I still have enough to kind of defend anything that's going on. I'm just going to have to really hound on the minimap to know what's going on where. So I've got 2 more queens started up as well. So now I've got up to my 8 queens, which are my 5 creep queens that are all coming up right now. 5 creep queens and then 3 inject queens. Then as soon as I start to saturate all of my bases, as soon as I'm on 66 workers, before 6 minutes. So I'm still in a really good spot. I completely forgot my Bane nest on this one. I'm starting +1/+1 here. I'm still cleaning this up, but this is what I mean. Like, I've made a little adjustment to my build because that Hellion push did so much damage to me. I'm not going to be able to take that sort of damage in the future. So positioning and things like that, I'm going to have to really work on. I'm going to have to work on scouting to see what type of aggression this is going to be. If it's not Hellions, if it's going to be a 2-1-1, I can skip out this round of 8 Zerglings, and I can get a full round of drones before this. And then at 4:45, right before the, right when I drop all my production, it's actually easy. I can skip the Overlord because I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically 8 workers. I could drop 8 workers into buildings, which is going to open up the supply for 8 more Zerglings right at that point before I make that next Overlord, so I can defend better a 2-1-1 drop as well. So the build gets a little bit more unique as I'm able to scout what's going on. I didn't do any scouting on this, but I'm trying to just get this build order as clean as I can before I start adjusting much more. But this is the kind of level that I'm going to be starting to think with in relation to Zerg. And I'm going to try really hard this season to get up to Diamond 2. I think I can do it. I just have to be able to play very clean and analyze every single game, win or loss. If I take damage, why did I take damage, and how do I avoid taking damage? And then just practice, practice, practice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I feel really confident coming up in this next season, considering I just beat a Diamond 2 Terran as Zerg, and that was my previously worst matchup. ZVZ is getting a little bit tough, but I just haven't played it in a while. ZVP, I have a Roach build that I'm going to try to really clean up again this season. And going to Roach Hydra Viper, I think I'm going to do that. I'm not really into the Muta play, but I can adjust this build to drop a Muta Spire instead of Hydralisk Den. I make 15 Hydras. I could just make 15 Mutas instead. I mean, it's a very kind of flexible build, rule of one gas, but I'm just adjusting it so I can have a whole heap of queens instead of there it is. There's my last queen. I didn't see you over here. Instead of having just a bunch of lings to try to fight hellbats, because that's never a good thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys are able to think about your builds a little bit more. And even in a win, you should always go back and watch when was the first time you took damage and why. And then look at, okay, is there a way that I can improve? Even if you win it, is there a way that I can improve this build more? Or if you lose it even, okay, why did I lose and what can I do to adjust it? What was he doing? Is it a regular standard build? The Hellion push at the beginning, very standard build. This is just a computer, so it's not going to have anything on it. This is just a very easy computer that I'm using to practice against. But like a 2-1-1 is very standard. You should have a build that can kind of stand up to that. The Hellion push in the beginning into some biotank or like Marauder, Marine Marauder, Medevac, Mine play is very standard. Mech, if they're going into mech, that's a very standard play. But yeah, depending on what you're scouting, your upgrades should switch out a little bit. If they're going heavy mech, I would probably do ranged attack and ground carapace and go into more Hydra Ling Bane and make a heavier Hydra count, or go to Mutas instead. I can also tech into Brood Lords faster, so I'd probably go Muta Ling Bane if it was against mech. But yeah, these little things that you can kind of play. You don't have to really get as detailed as I am if you don't want to, especially if you're not trying to get up to the higher leagues. But yeah, this is something I wanted to talk about today. Been rambling a little bit too long. I'm gonna end it here. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave a message in the comments below, and I would be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.